Welcome to this masterclass. My name is Max and I will help you to build, launch, and get your first coaching client. So I want to help you turn your skills, passion, or expertise into a coaching business that you love. So even if you think that you don't know what to do, that you don't have any skills or expertise, we can of course help you find that. So in this mastermind, we will exactly show you what you can sell and if people actually want what you are going to sell and how to get them to know exactly what you are selling, of course, because without traffic, there's no business because they don't know about you or what you're giving. So it doesn't matter if the idea is good. If they don't know, they don't know. Simple as that. But first, who are we? So me and Liv, who have this mastermind. We joined a mentor 2020, and for years we struggled. But 2023 we got our first client. It was by ourselves. We took it upon our own hands to study the best in the game and see what actually works to get your first client. So we spent more than $20,000 and we got zero results. That sucks. That's a lot of money, especially coming from where we were. We were very young. 19, 21, something like that, if I remember correctly. And we took a loan to make this possible. So that sucked. But now we made this a mission for ourselves to actually help new coaches like yourself completely for free, to help you get your first client. The most important step to get the ball rolling, your first client. And help you avoid the costly mistakes and the pain that comes along with it of for years struggling with finding your niche, finding who to serve, if you're good enough and all that. It's a struggle. And we want to help you avoid that. So watch through the whole presentation. I will exactly help you out here. So there are only 3 things in order to build your coaching business. 3 simple things that are important I need to mention. So you have your offer, then you have your niche, and then you have traffic. Those combined is the holy trifecta. But offer is king. And the reason for that is if you have something that sucks, no one will want it. It needs to be magnetic. It needs to be enticing, compelling, or any other synonym that is out there. But you have to have a great offer, and I will go through that, how you can create an offer that's good, so that people actually want what you're offering, if that makes sense. Okay, so 90% of your problems can be solved by simply solving a problem that people want solved. And I have a story here. When I worked as a personal trainer at in-person gym here in my local city, I wanted to help everybody, but not everybody wanted my help. That was a harsh realization. I truly wanted to be of service because I saw the pitfalls they made, that they could potentially hurt themselves in the future if they continued exercising the way they do, or they would simply quit because they don't see results. But it doesn't matter how much we want it. It's, are they willing to get that problem solved? Is that problem painful enough that they want it solved? We have to step into the person's shoes to see, is this problem worthy to be solved? And I will, of course, help you out how to identify what problems you can solve. Okay, so what is a niche and why do we need to niche down? Okay, the first thing, you're targeting a specific audience. That's a niche. You focus on a specific group of people with one clear need and want. This makes it easier to find the right clients. It is, if you're trying to target everybody, you don't really know where they're at. Is it YouTube? Is it Instagram? Is it LinkedIn? Whatsoever. You're just guessing. And the problem with guessing is you will get confused. And when you're confused, your energy will be scattered everywhere. And you can just guess the problem there. Nothing will be accomplished at the end of the day. And 12 months from now, you're exactly where you were last year. You can easily stand out. So when you're really good at one thing, there's less competition and you will reach more of your ideal people. So the clients that you want to work with, who want what you're offering and want to win at life, basically. So you're filtering out people that are not ideal for your program. Those who are not willing, those who don't have enough money to pay you, those who don't value what you are offering. But when you're focusing on one specific thing, you can really hone into that and learn more about that area and learn the language, how they speak and all that. You're building trust because you're helping your specific person. I say people here, but your specific person that we will, of course, later on hone in. Who is this specific person? So you're helping people with one specific need, shows you're an expert. They'll trust you more because you understand their problem on a deeper level. Because when you know them more than they know themselves, then they will, on a subconscious level, trust you more. Because you're able to articulate every problem they have in their words. Be the expert, niche. So when you're great at something specific, people see you as the go-to person. It's like how a brain surgeon is trusted more than a general doctor. And I need to have a caveat here. When it is about the brain. So the niche down, you're the specialist in that area. And you can, of course, charge more. Easier to market. Excuse the grammar there. Imperfect action. So talking to one specific person helps you create messages that really speak to them. Making them resonate with you, which makes it easier to get clients. Exactly. So it's easier to market. Like I said previously, when you speak to one person, you're able to see that one person inside your head. That sounds so fun. Instead of speaking to everyone. Because if you try to speak to everyone, of course, they will resonate. Like, okay, so this could be for me. And the next person might say, oh, this could be for me too. Or and this could be for me too. But the problem with that is that it's only surface level. They will not sense that, oh, this is urgent. Because in some sense, when you speak in a certain way, this person will say, okay, so it was for me, but now I cannot resonate with that. So this program is, you cannot help me. Okay, so this resonates with me, but I don't know about that. Okay, so this program is for me. Okay, no, that doesn't resonate. You probably get the point. All of them resonate, some will resonate more and might join you, but then in your content or something like that you're putting out, they will get discouraged and think that this was not for me. But when you speak to one specific person, you know them on a deep level, you will have your energy focused and they will hopefully join your program. Okay, so this is just a simple image to illustrate with picking your niche. So we have 3 circles. So one side, let's see if I can get this correctly. One side, there we go. We got the passion. What are you passionate about? We need to have something that we want to learn more about. Otherwise, we will not continue. But most focus only on what I'm passionate about. But we need to create something that is also profitable. What can we get paid for? Is it profitable? And one of the most important things, do they actually need it? We need to be honest. In order to have the ideal niche over here, we have to make sure that all these three circles are aligned. Something we can get paid for, something that we can learn about, because we could easily do it without getting paid. And what do the market actually want? Do they need it? Okay, let's go to the next slide here. You might think, but Max, I don't want to limit myself by niching down. I have so many things to do. I want to do. I'm so multi-passionate and why niche down? Here's a quote. You can have it all, just not all at once. Oprah. I like this quote. When you niche down, you're not stuck with that niche forever. Many coaches who are new, they think that, oh, I need to make this perfect. I need to make sure that the niche I pick is something that I will do forever. No! What you do now, you might not do in the future. And you're putting too much pressure on picking your niche and what you offer and all that. Don't be so hard on yourself. That's what me and Liv did for many years and kept us spinning tires all the time and not seeing any results and still working on 9 to 5. But if you want to see results in the form of speaking with amazing people, getting in new clients, working with coaching, either alongside your 9 to 5 or working full time with your coaching, we have to just decide. Decide the Latin word to cut out to make sure that we are focused on one specific individual group of people here. A niche. We need to be specific with that. Otherwise, we will compete with Tony Robbins or input a big person within life coaching. They started when it was less competition, but we have to just pick a niche, be narrow enough, and speak to that audience. And when they connect, they will join. They will join. They will reach out to you because you're speaking to them. Okay, so now to the juicy stuff. How do you pick your niche? Skills. What are you really good at from your job or hobbies? So think about what people often ask you for help with. You can, of course, write down everything here. So what are you good at? Really good at or extremely good at? So from your job, hobbies, or something else. And do people around you, your family, friends, or acquaintances ask you for help with? Because that leaves clues on who could potentially help. And what skills you have. So pain. What struggles have you overcome yourself or helped others overcome? It could be that you lost 30 pounds of fat or found love again after a heartbreak. So you can get clear on that. So these are just examples and you can of course brainstorm that. And if you struggle with coming up with ideas, just take a step back. Relax just for a bit. Do some breath work. Drink some coffee. meditate or something like that, just to get your head off being heavily focused here. Let your mind wander, because when you allow it to be bored, quote unquote, it will find the answers, because I believe that you have all the answers within you. And even if that sounds woo-woo, please have an open mind. We have all the memories, all the thoughts inside here, in the subconscious, back of our head or something like that. I don't know a real English word here. I'm Swedish, so bear with me. But we have the answers. We just have to allow ourselves to find it without trying to find it. So pen and paper. So passion, what do you love so much that you learn about it for free or speak about it without end, even if no one paid you for it? Once again, pen and paper, take a step back, listen. So action here. Make a list of your skills, challenges / problems, and hobbies. Those leave clues on what your niche could potentially be. So your niche is an extension of who you were in the past. Oftentimes, not always, but life became easier for me and Liv when we started focusing on helping the person we were in the past, becoming the person who we needed. We needed someone the most to help us through building our coaching business with the implementation. But unfortunately, we didn't have that person. So now that's why our mission is to help new coaches with this, because we used to be in that position and we know how much it sucks. It takes so much time, the uncertainty. We didn't get any real help, personalized help that we paid for. So write down everything here and just allow yourself to put your ideas on paper, and don't judge the ideas. We will go through them later on in this mastermind. Okay, so based on the problems you have solved for yourself, who can you help, and where is the need to solve that problem the most? Really think about that. Where is the need to solve that problem the most? Don't judge the question, just allow it to seep into your subconscious here. Because the next slide here, who you can help. It could be people who are like your past self, like mentioned. Help people with the same challenges, problems you once had, so that you can show them how they can overcome that problem. And if you're someone who doubts yourself, that who am I to help? I don't know everything. Well, you know your own story. You know what you've been through. You know the problem that you solved for yourself. You know the pain and the suffering you've been through. And I can easily say that you are at least 1 to 2 steps ahead of that person you want to serve. But if we are focusing on creating a niche and offer based on who you are, then you are miles ahead of that person. For example, me and Liv, we're not claiming that we are massively successful, profitable, that we don't work our 9 to 5. At this time of recording, we're still working on 9 to 5 whilst building out our coaching business. But we have gotten some clients. So we know how you can acquire your first client without selling yourself out. Because I am an introvert and still I manage to get clients. And still we manage to find a way to be authentic in our content that doesn't burn us out, and work with clients that were awesome and were willing to pay us. So 1 to 2 steps ahead at least. People people you have helped. So think about those you have already helped out or coached. So everyone that you have already helped, it could be your friends, your family, or someone at work, or coached, or mentored, or consulted. Our story always leaves some sprinkle of clues. People who need help. Look for groups of people who don't get enough support, but really need it. For example, newly retired professionals who feel lost after retirement. So you can, of course, help more what everyone else is doing, but you can, of course, find some underserved audience. Example, it could be newly retired professionals who don't know what to do after retirement. They have worked their whole life and now it's not as fun as they thought. And you can of course use ChatGPT for this. It really helps if you feel that you have some writer's block. And once again, step back a bit, let this seep in, let the mind marinate, like I love to say, marinate the thoughts, and you'll usually get the amazing ideas when you're either showering, walking, exercising, newly woken. It comes when you don't think about it. So list the groups of people your coach program could potentially benefit. And you might be in the stage that you don't know really what your program is about. And if you know, that's good. But if you don't know, keep this in mind. Who are the people you would love to work with? Based on everything that we have been walked through here in the previous slide. Okay. One powerful marketing thing is to describe them as they see themselves. In a way they can say, he or she talks straight to me. Use words that match how they see themselves. Talk about the struggles they face and the things they want. So we want to make sure that the words that we use matches the words that they use. So even if they use it with everyone else, but also internally, what kind of language do they use regularly? Because then they will connect more with you. They'll feel like your coaching is made just for them. Important. They will feel that it's for them. It's not enough to just have a niche. We have to also make sure that our language, either if you're in your copywriting, but also in the way you speak, if you do video. And video is non-negotiable if you ask me. That we speak in their word choices, in their lingo. And this makes them more likely to want to work with you because they feel understood. And when someone feels understood, they will know, like, and trust you. And when those hit, they will pay you. Know them better than they know themselves. Age, job, problems, interest, all kinds of things. This will help you create messages that connect with them even better. This might sound very creepy to know what kind of age they are at, job, problems they go through, and interests. But when we know them better than they know themselves, we can more focus on speaking to their pain points, their problems they have, how they think, what they dream about. And they will feel, wow, this is for me. Let me learn more about this person. Let's binge their content. Okay, let's book a call with them. That's an awesome feeling. When you see a call has been booked. So choose at least 2 or 3 of them. So your ideal client avatar spreadsheet or a worksheet or whatever you want to call it. You can do a Google Doc or a notepad on your phone or something like that and write down what age are they at? Are they between 25 to 40 or whatsoever? What gender do they have? What profession, problem, interest, all that. Just to keep an image of who they could potentially be. Okay, so here are some questions that are powerful. Hopefully they will help you out because it has helped me live out tremendously. What do they truly want more than anything? I'm leaving some room for silence here to give you some space to think. Write it down. Don't judge the thoughts, just write them down. The next one. What do they keep so secret they won't say out loud? What do they want to accomplish? What challenges are they facing right now? And also, what keeps them up at night? When we answer those questions, it will give us a more clear picture of what problems we could potentially solve. Who are they as a person? Because these questions are giving us the most results. The 80-20 rule, Pareto principle, even called. It means that the 20% of input gives 80% of the results. So these questions, if you know them, they are the 20%. They will give you the 80% of results when it comes to knowing your ideal person, making them feel that you are speaking to them. Because now you have a list within those questions and you can use it in your marketing. For example, are you someone who has tried to watch YouTube videos for many years to build out your coaching business? You try to implement, but you always fall short because you get distracted by YouTube out of fear that you will fail. You might not tell your friends or family that you're afraid. And you always blame that time is never enough. You have some other priorities in life. But you know deep down that you don't put in the action because you're afraid that you're not good enough as an online coach, that your offer is not good, that who you are as a person is not valuable. And you feel that maybe, just maybe, this coaching thing is not for me. And perhaps I need to just focus on my job and keep my head down. That's just an example. When you speak to a specific person, it will resonate more. Instead of, I help you build out whatever business you want. Okay, do you want to have a dog walking business? Awesome, that's good. Oh, do you want this? It doesn't resonate really with one person on a deeper level. It resonates with everyone on a surface level. But when you go beyond the peak and go beneath the water of the iceberg, the connection will be tremendous. Just think about when you have experienced tougher times in life and you've had a family member or friend that have been through terrible time. They open up and you speak on deeper things. And after that, you connect deeper. You connect deeper rather than surface level. Saying, hey, hello, how are you? Fine. Good. But you know that there is something else. Your ideal client avatar will likely reflect some qualities of the past version of yourself, or some deep connection you have to a specific type of person. Like mentioned previously, who you are in the past, who you were in the past, is perhaps a goldmine for you. You are the niche. You have solved a big problem. It could be that you have been through heartbreak. It could be that you managed to lose a lot of weight, get into the best shape of your life, and you want to help someone else do that. Or something completely different. Okay, so results you help them reach plus outcomes you help them overcome / avoid. We have to get clear on this. So you show them how working with you is so much easier, faster, and safer than trying to do everything by themselves. It could be slow, hard, and risky if they did that. Because your ideal clients, they might be thinking, have the objection of, I can just do this myself. I can save money. I can do this myself. I don't need you really. I can just search on YouTube, read some books. But if we're clear on what we help them reach and the outcomes we help them overcome and avoid, and are able to speak in their language and what they are going through, like previous slides, when we have that, then they will know that if they do this alone, they will continue in the same path that gave them the same results. If we don't change the input, the output will be the same. So write one clear, specific result you help them reach. Write one specific problem or pain you help them overcome and avoid. So these problems, if we have 1 to 10, 1 being not good and 10 being really painful, we have to make sure that it's close to 10. So one clear specific result you have to achieve. So 1 being they're not interested, and 10, I want to reach this. Based on the list, what are they at? And then erase all of those who are not close to 10. Because we want to only have the 10 at the end. Write one specific problem or pain you help them overcome / avoid. When you have the list, write them out, 1 or 10, and then erase all of those below 7. And then you reflect on those who are left. And that one which has the most pain, you pick that. So we can put this together. Just an example here. So you help a specific person. It could be introverted IT professionals at Harvard solve their specific struggle. It could be neck pain during long coding sessions, and get desired results. Pain-free and focused work session, or get more done in less time without common frustration. It could be without spending time at the gym or doing stupid exercise. Just an example. I'm just brainstorming here. You can of course use ChatGPT and ask it, okay, so based on everything that we have talked about, this is my person I want to help. What could I help them achieve here? What specific struggle, what desired result, and without common frustration? So even if you're like very fuzzy with the question, ChatGPT manages to still output something amazing. You can of course write out this framework here. I help specific person solve their specific struggle, etc. And you can ask it, okay, ask me questions to make this as good as possible and niched for my coaching business. And then it will output questions and you ask it, answer them. Okay. If you haven't helped at least 5 clients, you're still just guessing who your ideal people is. You need to research who your ideal people are and then pivot along the way. We're just guessing here. Even if we have the niche, we are just guessing. And what we did in the past was that we changed. When we didn't see results in 10 weeks, we changed the niche. Rather than having at least 5 clients testing the market, what do they actually want? When we speak with them, we know exactly the pains they have, the desires they have, and all that. And then we can pivot along the way when we have the data to prove our hypothesis, our good guess. We're just guessing here. And even if we get help from ChatGPT, it doesn't know everything. ChatGPT is kind of a people pleaser, to be honest. Okay, here's our rule. You don't have to follow it religiously, like it's a rule. But this helped us at least. The yes-no rule. So rule system, call it even a system, it basically means true or false. A boolean in programming, if you're a coder. So many coaches, they try to solve a very unclear problem for an unspecific person. I help everyone lose weight. I help coders dance tango. Okay, that was specific. I'll be honest there. But many coaches, they try to help everyone with their intention that if I target everyone, then I won't restrict the amount of people I reach and how many clients I work with, because I want to help everybody. I get that. Of course you want to do that. Me too. But when you're starting out, nobody knows who you are, and you're competing with Tony Robbins and all of those amazing people. We have to start small, and you can of course expand after time goes. Here's an example of how we can frame this. So you're helping specific person solve specific problem so they can get specific result in specific time frame. So you can add your thing here. Specific person, introverted, the IT professionals solve back pain so they can be pain-free and focus for hours in 27 days. Just putting it out there, just guessing here. Now, the next thing, offer. Now that we know who to help, how can we package this so that they actually want it? Offer is, the bigger the problem, the better the offer. Keep that in mind. So if the problem is urgent, I need to solve it right now, or painful, people will want the solution faster. Yeah. If you tell me something vague, something that is not urgent, for example, these shoes will help improve back pain or something like that. If I don't have back pain right now because I'm young, I don't care if I wear Converse shoes. But if you say, these shoes will prevent you from having chronic back pain within 7 years, then you are framing that in a way that is urgent. Make sure that you invest in yourself right now, because it might be too late if you begin 2 weeks from now. Know what they really want. Not kinda want, good to have, nice to have. It must be need to have. It's about what the market wants and needs, not what you think they want and need. So if they want an iPhone, you cannot force them to buy an Android. You can't sell them an Android, basically. So use tools like ChatGPT to learn what they are looking for and test the hypothesis. Go out there, have conversations, hop on calls, see what they actually want. Because we as coaches, We have to step into the role of being entrepreneurs, networking, speaking with our ideal audience, asking them, what do you actually want to achieve? How is this holding you back in life? Why is it so important? Everything. We need to figure out what they really want, not what we think they want. Offer creation part. Crafting a magnetic offer. You need a specific person, which we covered, with a specific problem, which we covered also, wanting a desirable outcome to which you have the answers to. You need to talk with the people you want to help to craft a good offer. There we have it. We have to talk with them. We can guess as much as we want. We can use also ChatGPT and guess, but ChatGPT has the big problem of changing its answers based on what you tell it. It's a people pleaser. In the beginning of our coaching journey, we used it religiously. And we hope that it will give us all the answers. And when it changed its outputs, we got confused and we started to doubt ourselves because it took a long time to get from A to B, from not having a business to B to having a business. And all those steps were chopped up with doubt because we focused so much on ChatGPT. And it took such a long time to even get an offer. So don't be overly focused with chat here and talk with people. Have a guess. Don't spend more than 2 hours on this. Okay, so this is potentially who I want to help. And that's okay if you don't really know. And now we're covering the offer, and then we're going to speak what people actually want. But niche is the most important thing to dial in before putting yourself out there. Okay, so these are the steps that you can, of course, follow. So we have to find the problem. So first, think about what your potential clients are struggling with. If you're a fitness coach for new moms dealing with postpartum weight gain, your clients might struggle to balance recovering after having a baby and making healthy meals while caring for their little one and their family, of course. Create a solution. Once you know the problem, think of all the ways from A to B you can help solve it. This could be offering step-by-step workout plans, one-on-one coaching, or even meal plans. It could be more than that. Use ChatGPT if you're struggling with brainstorming. The solution must directly, super focused, fix the problem your client has. And I will reread that. The solution must directly fix the problem your client has. If it doesn't, they don't want it. If I'm helping you to get ready to step on stage as a bodybuilder within 12 weeks, we can't focus on doing Pilates or how you can do somersaults in 3 weeks. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't align with the problem they want solved. They want to lose that last fat on their body so they can get ready and win being on stage. Pile the value. Add extra benefits that make your solution even better. If you're offering a workout plan, throw in some bonuses like a free meal guide, a personal coaching session, or a money-back guarantee. Those are examples. This makes your offer feel like a no-brainer because it delivers so much value. So much value. You give it all out. Cut out fluff. Super important. As coaches, we think that, okay, the more I have, the more I can charge for this. I need to give them workbooks, worksheets, PDFs, all the same thing, basically. Videos, like 100 hours of videos. The more hours, the better. Super unnecessary. So throw away anything unnecessary from your offer. You will get them overwhelmed. You want to keep it simple and focused on solving your client's main problem. If something doesn't add direct perceived value to them, remove it, throw it away. They have to perceive it as valuable. If they don't, it's not important. And we risk that they get overwhelmed. If they get overwhelmed, they will not refer you to others. So word of mouth is also important. Keep it as simple as possible to go from point A to point B. Does this thing that I've added give them value? Do they need to go through this? If not, gone. And only keep the bare minimum or the essential things. And all the other, add it as bonuses. Like, you don't need to go through this, but if you want to have some more extra insight, some add some word here. But keep it simple so they don't get overwhelmed. Because our coach that we had, a lot of fluff in the program. A lot of fluff. Super unnecessary. Make it irresistible, super magnetic, compelling. Make it sure that your offer is hard to refuse. It must be very good. This could be through a great price, limited time availability, like I have only 2 spots left. Promises, guarantees, or bonuses that make it feel like a fantastic deal. For example, I work with you until you make $10,000 in your coaching business, or I work for free. Market research. Alrighty, market research. Look at your competitors' comments. Check the comment section on your competitors' social media, blog posts or YouTube videos. See what people are asking, struggling with, or excited about. Then you can compile all the questions and focus on those who have most upvotes. And write them down wherever is easiest for you to save it. Notepad, Google Keep, whatsoever, Google Doc. And then you can, for your content, or for now figuring out your offer and niche, you can go through that and see, okay, what's the common thread? What are they struggling with? And how can I provide a solution to that so that I make my program and the offer I'm basically creating here compelling, magnetic, fantastic. You can also use Quora and Reddit, and if there is something else, use that too. Search for questions and conversations related to your niche. Look for repeated questions and common pain points and then write them down. Be the go-to person because you sold them. So it's similar to the first one. So go to forums, see what's going on there, and write them down. And ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT to look for trends and common problems. Analyze the data that you gather and paste it into ChatGPT. Use it to help you brainstorm and understand your target audience. So it's just a guess. And there is still one thing to do here. It's to validate your market. And we can do that through DMs on social media. So validate your market by directly speaking with your potential clients. Get in their DMs to ask questions and learn more about their needs. Don't be spammy or sleazy. Be human, use common sense. Yeah, of course. You wouldn't have asked someone to marry you on a first date. Super creepy. We have to show that we truly want to be of value. We are curious. Ask questions. Be a human being. And of course, this takes practice. And in the beginning, you might feel terrified. But it gets easier by time. And I can speak about this because I've done the work and I am an introvert. Sometimes people get confused when I say I am an introvert because they think I have such an easy time to speak and it's hard to make me quiet. But it's just a skill. And when you're comfortable, you open up. Okay. Hop on calls. Schedule free calls with potential clients to understand their pain points, dreams, and what they're struggling with. You can position them as a no pressure call and offer them something in return if they want. It could be that you can offer them a review of their social media page if you're focusing on something in that space, or you can help them with dialing in their calorie intake and what exercise they can have to succeed the coming 3 weeks or something like that, if you are a fitness coach. So there's all kinds of examples, but hop on calls. Be curious. Truly want to help out here. And you can, of course, post that on your social media, even if you don't have anything laid out, but you want to really understand the market. And if you're someone that's on school, of course, you can ask that in your community too, that you want to learn more. There we go. Amazon Book and Udemy reviews. This is something that is kind of like a special bonus here, because I've not heard anyone really talk about this, but this is something that has helped me. So Amazon Book and Udemy reviews, you look through the books behind the books and courses reviews. What do the readers like and the course followers like, and what do they feel is missing? You look through their reviews, take those with 3 stars and below, and then write it down and have the answers within your offer. Next one, traffic. You can get traffic from many sources, but here are those main ones. YouTube, we got Instagram, we got Facebook, we got LinkedIn. And then of course we have Twitter/X. There might be some other that you use. You probably use, if you use Discord, if you use Snapchat, if you use Reddit, all kinds of ways you can get in traffic. You can also have, I don't know, my mind went blank there. But these are the main ones. And I'd say like this. There we go. Pick 1 to 2 platforms to focus on. Make sure at least one has a DM feature so you can create 2-step posts. And I will explain what a 2-step post is soon enough here in this video. But pick 1 to 2 platforms to focus on so you have your energy in one place. So if you don't have a team and you are completely by yourself, make sure that your time and energy is put on a platform that you resonate with, that you know the culture within it, the atmosphere, the vibe of the room, because that will make your life easier. And you will also have an easier time to create content, to show up and comment rather than struggling. Let's say if you love to be on Instagram and post pictures and videos, reels, and then you try to be on X and you dislike how it is on X, only like text-based, then don't be on X. Focus on Instagram. So, top of the funnel is your main platforms, or your main platforms, where you get eyeballs. So you do that and you show your expertise. You provide value. You don't hold anything back. Just show up and really write at least for 30 seconds on each comment. If someone has a problem, you have the answers to that. Spend at least 30 seconds or more. Because when they feel, wow, they actually put their time and energy into giving me an answer that I feel I could have paid for, that's when you know it's good. And yeah, you can of course use Skool. I forgot to mention that. You can of course use Skool also. And join communities and provide value. And when people resonate with you, they will check out your community. And then the next one, conversations. make sure that you get into DM conversations or hop on a call. Lead them that way to book a call. And show up, be of value. Don't hold anything back. Don't be sleazy. And if you're introvert like me, then it's an easy job to avoid being sleazy, because you will feel a deep resistance to even show up on calls and help. Because when you do that, they will feel wow. And that's when you invite to your offer. If you have a free community and then you have a paid upsell, fine. If you have a coaching program or a service, invite. Don't be afraid to invite. So that's the goal, to help people. And we can't help nobody if we are not seen. And we can't do this for long enough if we are not getting paid. So there are several traffic strategies that we have utilized that we love and that has worked for us. So first is IBB offer and / two-step posts. So IBB offer is interest before buy. Interest before build, rather. So I need to make sure that interest before build offer and two-step posts. So IBB offer basically means we post on our social media to see, to sense the energy in the room. Do people actually want what I'm creating? So before you're even building this out, spending 2 months and all that, that is a big problem with coaches, is that they spend too much time creating a program. Could be a course, could be a coaching program. Spend too much time on that, thinking that needs to be set before I can sell it. No, don't do that. Make sure that people actually want what you're selling. So testing your hypothesis here. Interest before build. You could ask, hey, so I'm creating this program about the. Are you interested in input your offer here? Or something more laid back, like, so I'm creating a program on this. What kinds of things can I add here to make it even better? ? Just to really check what you can improve. Start conversations, get them into your DMs. Like mentioned previously, we have to get into conversations, calls, DMs, whatsoever, in order to validate our offer, our niche, our program. And then getting paid. So $1.80. That's a strategy that is originally created by Gary Vaynerchuk, a big entrepreneur. And basically we are providing as much value in comment sections, on posts, videos, all that, and showing our expertise without selling. We're not trying to crash the party. We're just at the party providing value, good vibes, and truly showing that we want to help. And if people are interested in what we have to offer and who we are, they will click on our profile and check what we have to offer. So that basically means that you give your 2 cents for 90 pieces of content. So it could either be that you do it 90 comments per day or 90 per week. If you do 90 comments per week, that means that you do approximately 12 to 13 comments per day. That is easier than doing 90 per day. But you choose here. If you want fast results, then I recommend 90. But in the beginning, aim for 20. Research questions. So when you are in your DMs, when people are reaching out to you, ask questions. Get curious. So before even jumping on a call, see their willingness to improve their problems. Ask them, okay, so what do you want to achieve? What struggles do you have? What have you tried before? And why didn't it work? What kind of books do you like to read? What kind of podcasts? All that. Get super curious. So these are just example questions, but you will figure the questions out by yourself when you are in the conversations yourself and research, because we want to validate what we are offering. And the only way to do that is to put ourselves out there. Even if it feels scary, it is super valuable. And you will also get super comfortable after time passes here. And close-on calls are in DMs. We have to invite. So we are not sleazy, we are not salespeople here. We are just inviting to helping them. Because when you have something that you truly believe in, that you truly believe that you can help them, we basically invite them. We don't force them. If we have something they don't want or it's not right for them, if it's truly that and not just only an objection that they don't really trust you, then of course that's fine too. But we want to invite them so that we can help them further. Because, for example, I know the pain of not knowing how to create a coaching business, looking at all kinds of people out there who don't seem to struggle like I do. Everything seems easy. They know who to target, what to offer. They know how to charge high prices and be confident in that. And here I am, struggling, introverted, I'm not good enough, all kinds of doubts. And then I've solved that problem. Of course, I would want to invite you to my coaching program, if it's a right fit. And I did the same thing when I worked as a personal trainer at a gym here in my city. I knew I could help. And I could not just let them go if they had an objection. I would question them. Lovingly question their doubts, because doubts give them objections to just stay where they are. But we as coaches, we lean in. Get curious, ask the questions that feel tough, but we know that in order to serve, we have to ask those questions. Here's an example of the two-step. I'm thinking about recording a podcast episode about acceptance versus ownership. Would you listen? That's just an example. And then we see the interest. A couple of likes, 2 comments. Then we know, okay, let's go ahead and create that podcast. So instead of you just guessing, see if there's some interest. Is it warm or is it cold? Or Luke Skywalker. Keep it simple. At the end of the day, I want you to keep this in mind. Keep everything simple. Keep it simple. It's easy to get overwhelmed because there are tons of information out there on YouTube, listening to podcasts, reading books. Everything says the same thing, but with different kind of methodologies, strategy systems. And we have to make sure that we're following what feels right to us, because all paths lead to Rome. And we have to make sure that we stick to one and keep it simple. In the beginning, tons of paths to take, and we have to decide. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this valuable and you want to get extra guidance and be part of a community of other online coaches in the same boat as you, then click the link down below and apply to join the Skool community.